Hello, and welcome to your 60-minute Hatha Yoga class for the day. I am so happy and so grateful to have you here joining me for your practice today. Before we get into your yoga asana and mindful movement, I'll guide you through a short opening centering and some light pranayama to start your practice. As always, feel more than welcome to modify or adjust this class so that it feels best in your body, mind, and heart. Begin by finding yourself in a comfortable, cross-legged, seated position. And once you're there, gently rest your hands, palms facing down on the tops of your knees. Sit up nice and tall and take a breath. Then let your shoulders relax down and away from your ears in this seat here. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth and give the muscles of your face permission to let go and release any hold they might have or any tension. Now begin to turn your attention inward and on to the feeling of breath as each one passes in and out through your nose. Instead of labeling or analyzing this breath, let your mind be drawn to the simple feeling of breath as it occurs. Notice the gentle rise of your belly and chest with each inhale. Be drawn to the feeling of the gentle fall as you exhale. There is nothing else that you need to do in this moment or think about except breathe and notice the feeling of this breath. Now bring both of your hands to rest gently just over top of your belly. As you inhale, feel your belly expand ever so slightly underneath of your hands. And as you exhale, feel it contract back inward. Inhale and feel your belly grow. Exhale, feel it settle. Inhale, feel your belly expand and create space for this breath. Exhale, feel it settle. Take one more full deep breath just like this. Now bring your hands up slightly to rest on either side of your rib cage. As you inhale, feel your ribs expand. Exhale, feel them knit back towards each other. Inhale, feel them separate and expand as you fill up with air. Exhale, feel them come back closer towards one another. Inhale, feel the expansion. Exhale, notice the contraction. Take one more breath. Just like this. Now move your hands so that your fingers rest just underneath of your collarbone. As you inhale, feel your chest rise at the top of your breath. And as you exhale, feel it fall back down just under your hands. Inhale, feel your chest rise. Exhale, feel it fall. Inhale, feel your chest puff out as you fill up. Exhale, feel it fall as you empty out. Now release your hands down to your knees and begin to combine the three into one breath. Inhale, feel your belly expand, and then your ribs, and then your chest rise at the very top of that inhale. And then as you exhale, feel your chest fall, then your ribs knitting back together, then your belly contracting. Notice the air impact your belly and your ribs and your chest with each inhale. And then notice that sensation slip away with your exhales. Take one more of these complete dirga breaths. And then on your next inhale, let your shoulders rise towards your ears. And exhale, drop them back down. Your eyes can flicker open, and you can invite your body back to natural breath. Bring your arms to either side of you on your mat. And on inhale, lift both arms up high and overhead, palms touch over top of you. Exhale, send your palms down through heart center. Separate your arms. Inhale, lift them high, palms touch. Exhale, bend the elbows, send your palms to heart center. Inhale, separate, arms lift high, palms touch. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, lift your arms high, palms touch over top of you. Exhale, send your palms through heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up high and overhead, palms touch. Exhale, send them down. Inhale, lift your arms, keep your hands separated here. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, reach high towards the sky through all 10 fingertips. Exhale, let your left palm come to the mat beside you as your right arm reaches overhead towards your left. Inhale, lift both arms back up through center. Exhale, let your right palm come to the mat beside you. Left arm reaches overhead towards your right now. Inhale, find your center, both arms lifted overhead. Exhale, left palm to the mat, right arm reaches overhead. Inhale, lift through center. Exhale, right palm to the mat, left arm reaches overhead, gaze up under your left bicep. Inhale, lift back through center. And exhale, left palm to the mat, right arm reaches overhead. And then inhale as you sweep that right arm down and across your space to trace a circle with your fingertips. Exhale as you lift it right back up and overhead. Inhale, sweep that right arm down and across your space, trace the circle. Exhale as you lift it up and overhead to bend towards your left. Inhale, finish your circle. Exhale, lift that arm right back up overhead. Lift your left arm up to meet it. And then on inhale, reach through your fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, right palm comes to the mat, left arm reaches overhead towards the right. And then sweep that left arm down and across your space to create your circles here. Take a couple of these side bending circles on this side to the pace of your own breath. When your left arm is overhead, lift your right arm right up to meet it to release your circles. Inhale, reach high towards the sky. Exhale, lower your hands to the tops of your knees to release. Inhale, lift your arms in front of you to bring them overhead. Exhale, twist your upper body towards your right. Left hand comes to the front of your right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Inhale, release the twist, lift back through center. Exhale, twist towards your left now. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Gaze over your back shoulder. Inhale, unwind, find center. Exhale, twist to your right, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, find center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, release your twist, find your center. Exhale, lower your hands to the tops of your knees. Now sweep both legs behind you and bring your palms to the mat, finding yourself in a neutral tabletop position, with wrists stacking right under shoulders and knees right underneath of your hips. On inhale, drop your belly towards the ground to arch your spine. Draw your shoulders back and towards one another to open your heart and lift your gaze. Exhale, push the ground away from you, round your spine, tuck your tailbone and look towards your belly. Inhale, drop your belly towards the ground, tailbone and gaze point towards the sky. Exhale, push the ground away from you, round your spine, tuck your chin and tailbone. Inhale, drop your belly, arch your spine for your cow pose. Exhale, push the ground away, enter into your cat pose. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine, heart opens. Exhale, push the ground away, feel your spine round. Inhale, drop your belly, arch your spine, cow pose. Exhale, push the ground away, round for cat pose. On inhale, drop your belly to come back to a neutral spine in tabletop. Now extend your left leg long behind you, the tips of your toes connecting to the ground. Now on inhale, lift your left straight leg up and out, coming to the ground on the outside of your left wrist. Exhale, lift that left leg up and back and gaze back over your right shoulder to watch your toes tap on the outside of your right foot. Inhale, lift that straight left leg up and around to tap onto the ground on the outside of your left wrist. Exhale, sweep that leg up and back, gaze over your right shoulder, watch your toes tap. Inhale, lift it up and towards your left for that rainbow shape. Exhale, trace that shape back the other way, gaze over your right shoulder, watch the foot tap. Inhale, lift that left leg, left toes tap to the ground on your left side. Exhale, lift it right back behind you and release that left knee to the ground next to your right. Now extend your right leg long behind you, toes gently meet the ground. On inhale, lift your straight right leg now up and out towards your right side space, toes tap the ground. Exhale, sweep that right leg up and back, gaze over your left shoulder now, watch your toes tap on the outside of your left foot. Inhale, lift that right leg up and towards your right side. Exhale, trace that rainbow, gaze back over your left shoulder. Inhale, lift your right leg up and over. Exhale, lift that right leg up and back, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, right leg comes towards right wrist on your right side. Exhale, lift that right leg back through center and then release your knee to the ground. Now step your right foot in between your hands and sink your weight deeply into that front right hip. Come light on your fingertips to lift your chest and open your heart. Inhale, sink deeper. Exhale, send your palms to the ground and shift your hips back and down to invite your right knee to straighten, head come towards your knee. Inhale, bend into that front right knee, light on your fingertips, chest lifts. Exhale, palms come to the ground, right toes can peel off of the ground to help you straighten that right knee. Inhale, shift your weight forward, hands can stay on the mat, or lift your arms up high and overhead, asana. Exhale, send your palms down to the earth and send your hips back and down. Don't force that knee to straighten, just invite it to. Inhale, deep bend into the front right knee, arms can lift high. Exhale, send your hands right back down to the mat, send your hips back. Inhale, shift your weight forward, arms can lift high if you'd like that. Take a gentle back bend here. Exhale, bring your palms right back down to the mat, and then invite your right knee to straighten. Inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, slide that right knee back to meet your left in tabletop. Readjust yourself here, and then when you're ready, step your left foot in between your hands. Shift your weight, sinking into that front left hip. Come up onto the tips of your fingers and lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, send your palms to the ground, hips shift down and back. Invite your left leg to straighten here, toes can peel off of the mat. Inhale, deeply bent into that front left knee. Come light on your fingertips, open your heart. Exhale, send your palms to the ground, shift your hips back. Inhale, shift your weight forward, hands can stay here or lift your arms high, take a gentle back bend, asana. Exhale, hands down to the mat, send your hips back and down. Inhale, feel your left knee bend, arms lift high, take a gentle back bend. Exhale, hands sweep right back down to the mat. Feel your hips go back and down as your left knee comes towards a straightened position. Inhale, deep bend into the left knee, arms lift high. Exhale, palms meet the mat. Shift your hips back and down. Inhale, deep bend into your left knee. Exhale, step your left knee back to meet your right in your tabletop position. Readjust your knees so you feel them stack right under your hips, and your wrists so that you feel them stack right under your shoulders. Rotate your upper arms so that your elbows point back towards the front of your thighs, and spread your fingers wide to push into the ground. Tuck both sets of toes behind you and draw your belly button back towards your spine. On inhale, lift your knees up and off of the mat and guide your hips up and back towards the sky. Sitting bones point towards the ceiling to welcome you into Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. You can pedal out your legs a couple of times before you invite your body into stillness and let both heels be drawn towards the earth below you. Feel your ears right in line with either bicep as you breathe and gaze back towards your toes or the back of your mat. Continue drawing your breath in and out through your nose as you hold here with your heart over your head. Inhale and gaze towards your fingertips and walk your hands just a little bit forward. Exhale, send your weight forward until wrists stack over shoulders in your plank pose, Palakasana. Continue to engage your core, belly button sucking towards your spine, and push into the ground through your hands and shoulders. Inhale and exhale. On inhale, lift up through your core to press your hips up and back towards the sky, right back into your downward facing dog. You can walk your hands back slightly to shorten your stance or stay here. Inhale and exhale, hold. On inhale, lift your right leg high behind you to or past hip height with your foot flexed. On exhale, let that right hip fan out. Your toe can point, both armpits stay facing the ground. Inhale, flex that foot, square your hips towards the ground for three-legged dog. Exhale, lower your right leg down and settle. Take a breath. Inhale, lift your left leg high to hip height or past with foot flexed. Exhale, fan out your right hip, point your toes, both armpits stay facing towards the ground. Inhale, re-square your hips to the mat, three-legged dog. Exhale, lower your left leg down and settle. Inhale and gaze forward towards your fingers. Exhale, shift your weight forward to find yourself back in your plank pose, Palakasana. Gaze forward and feel the line of energy from the tip of your head down to your heels. Then on inhale, lift up through your core to bring yourself back to down dog. Take a breath and allow your body to absorb this asana. Now inhale, lift your right leg high behind you, foot flexed. Exhale, fan out your right hip, toes point towards the sky. Inhale, square your hips, three-legged dog. Exhale, keep that leg lifted, shift your weight forward, and step your right foot in between your hands. Inhale and bring your right hand to the mat on the inside of your right foot. And exhale, heel toe that right foot out slightly towards the edge of your mat. Now turn those right toes out about 45 degrees. Your left leg can stay here, or if you'd like, you can lower your left knee to the ground, toes stay tucked. Wherever you are, take an inhale and hold here. Or on your exhale, lower down onto your forearms for your lizard pose, Uttan Pristhasana. Take a breath, inhale and exhale. Let your weight sink into that front right hip as you push back through your left heel towards the back wall. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, let it go. If you lower down onto your forearms, push into the ground to lift back up onto your hands. Lift your hips ever so slightly and place your right hand back on the outside of your right foot and toe heel that right foot inward back to your low lunge. Ground into your right foot and come light onto your fingertips. And on inhale, send your arms back behind you, airplane arms. Exhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Your back foot can stay here or turn it in about 45 degrees and lower your heel to the earth for your Virabhadrasana warrior pose. Inhale and exhale. Feel your front right knee tracking right in line and over top of your front right ankle. And adjust your hips forward and backward slightly to help find comfort here. Keep your arms lifted up overhead or lower them to your hips at any time. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale. Make the effort to square your torso towards the front of your mat, not pulling your hip with you if it doesn't feel good in your body. Inhale, reach high towards the sky. Exhale, turn your back foot in and down, now parallel to the back of your mat. Lower your arms to a T position for your side warrior Parsha Virabhadrasana. Lower your hands to your hips and feel that right knee track once again right over your right ankle. Square your shoulders towards the long side of your mat. And then on inhale, lift your arms up and out to that T position once again. Look over your front right fingertips and breathe in and out through your nose as you hold here. And draw your mind to the places where you are feeling the most sensation. Take an inhale and lower your right elbow to the top of your right thigh. Exhale, draw your left arm overhead and towards your left for your extended side angle. Keep your right elbow light on your right knee, core engaged as you inhale. And on exhale, lower your left hand to the mat on the inside of your right foot and pivot your back foot so toes face forward. Right arm lifts towards the sky. Breathe into this twist as you gaze towards your right fingertips. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach through your right fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, plant your right hand to the mat on the outside of your right foot. Now on inhale, bend into that left knee. And then step your right foot back to meet it in your downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs before inviting yourself into stillness. Let your heels be drawn down towards the earth as you find stillness in your down dog. And realign your ears right next to your biceps. Suck that belly button back in towards your spine as you inhale and exhale. Now on inhale, lift your left leg high behind you for three-legged dog, foot flex towards the back. Exhale, fan out that left hip, toe points. Inhale, re-square your hips towards the mat. Exhale, keep that leg lifted, shift your weight forward and step your left foot in between your hands. Now bring your left hand onto the mat, somewhere on the inside of your left foot, then heel toe your left foot out to make space. Turn your left toes out about 45 degrees. You can either stay here or lower your back right knee to the ground, your choice here. No matter where you are, take an inhale. And on exhale, stay here, lift it onto your hands or lower down onto your forearms for your expression of lizard, Uttan Pristhasana. If your knee is on the ground and you'd like to see what it feels like, lift it up. Go ahead and try and see which one feels better in your body. honor that calling. Take one more breath as you hold here. If you lower down to your forearms, lift back up onto your hands and release the turnout of your left foot. Bring your left hand back to the outside of your left foot to frame that foot and ground firmly into your left foot. Come light on your fingertips and send your arms back. Inhale. Exhale, lift your arms up high and overhead. Stay here or let your back right heel come towards the ground, foot turned out about 45 degrees for your traditional Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. Sink a little bit deeper into that front left knee and feel it track right over your left ankle. Adjust your hips and pelvis if you need to release compression in your back. Arms can stay lifted overhead or they can come to your hips. Gaze forward and feel your arms in line with your ears as you breathe and hold. Inhale, reach high towards the sky. Exhale, turn your back right foot in and down, now parallel to the back of your mat, and lower your hands to a T position and then to your hips. Sink deeper into that front left knee, feeling it track over your ankle, and square your shoulders towards the long side of the mat. Inhale, lift your arms right back to that T position, and exhale, gaze over your left fingertips for your Parsha Virabhadrasana, Side Warrior or Warrior Two. Take a deep inhale here and exhale. Inhale, feel your body light up with energy and sensation. Exhale, gently lower your left elbow to the top of your left knee and draw your right arm overhead so that you can feel a straight line of energy from your fingertips all the way to your right foot. Inhale, hold here in your extended side angle. Exhale, lower your right hand down to the mat and pivot your back foot forward, toes facing the front of your mat. Inhale, lift your left arm high and twist, gazing towards your fingertips as you exhale and hold here. Breathe and notice if this twist feels different in your body on this side compared to the last. Inhale and exhale, lower your left hand to the mat. Deep bend in your right knee, and then step your left foot back to meet your right in your downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs, and then slowly invite both heels down towards the earth for stillness. Take an inhale, and on exhale, draw your belly button back towards your spine. Inhale and exhale, hold, feel your heart over your head here. On inhale, gently bend your knees to lower your hips slightly. And exhale, extend your knees once again to come into down dog. Inhale, find a micro bend, lower yourself towards but not to the ground. Exhale, push in through those knees and extend. Inhale, bend the knees to flex. Exhale, extend the knees. Inhale, find that gentle bend once again. And exhale, hold here for a breath. Push into the ground through your hands. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, slowly lower your knees down towards the ground to bring your body into a tabletop. Untuck your toes, and then walk your left knee out to rest on the left edge of your mat, and your right knee to rest on the right edge. Feel your big toes tap behind you. Walk your hands about a hand length forward and inhale. And as you exhale, send your glutes back towards the backs of your heels and lower your forehead down to the ground for your child's pose, Balasana. Inch your fingertips just a few centimeters more forward towards the top of your mat, and then release. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose and feel as your body releases just a little bit more tension into the ground with each breath. Begin to notice how your breath feels as you lie here in your child's pose. Notice your belly sinking towards the ground as you inhale and fill up with air. And then as you exhale, feel it contract back inward towards yourself. Keep your mind drawn to this feeling of breath as you hold here for a few more moments. Inhale and inch your fingers just a little bit more forward to feel the space that you create for yourself. And exhale, bend your elbows and slide your palms back until they're right underneath either shoulder. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades back and towards one another. And exhale, push into the ground to lift your chest up. Now remove the space between your knees and bring them right in line next to each other. Walk your hands back next to either hip to sit up nice and tall. Inhale, lift your arms up and around in front of you at shoulder height, palms face away, thumbs point down towards the ground. Exhale, sweep your arms behind you and interlace your fingers, pressing your palms together. Inhale, reach through your joined hands and send your shoulders back and down. And exhale, hinge forward to lower your belly and chest towards your thighs and lower your forehead to the ground. Arms lift up and away from the back of your body. Keep squeezing your shoulder blades towards one another here as you notice if your body wants to lift your arms just a little bit higher. Find balance between reaching through your arms and lifting them towards the sky. Breathe as you hold here in Yoga Mudra, the symbol of yoga. And notice what parts of your body are flexed or holding tension that do not need to be in this moment. Take a breath and let it go. On inhale, reach up and back through your fingers, and exhale, lift your chest up off of your thighs. Release the clasp of your hands and bring them to the tops of your legs. Now take a breath and shake out your arms, releasing all of the energy and tension. Come back to stillness, arms hanging by your side, and then sweep your legs behind you to come on to your sitting bones. Scoot yourself forward on your mat to give yourself a little bit of room behind you, and keep your knees deeply bent, feet planted into the ground. With your hands by your side, begin to rock slightly forward and backward to find a comfortable place between your sitting bones and your tailbone that allows you to rest with balance. Once you've found that place, bring your hands to the back of either thighs just below your knees and sit up nice and straight with a tall spine. You can stay here, or on inhale, lift one leg up and then the other to hover at about 90 degrees with your feet flexed. Your hands can stay here supporting you, or extend your arms long, palms facing inward towards one another. Stay here, or extend your legs long, feet can stay flexed or point them. Whichever variation you are in of your Urdhva Navasana, upward boat, breathe as you hold here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring your hands to the backs of your thighs. Exhale, hug your thighs inward towards yourself, and then lower the soles of your feet back to the mat. Place your hands down to the mat and scooch your butt forward towards the backs of your heels, and lower yourself down to lay on your back. Adjust your feet so that they're about hips width distance apart, and so that your heels are just a couple of inches away from your glutes. Press the full length of your feet into the ground, and then also press the full length of your hands and arms into the ground, almost like you could lift the rest of your body up into the air. On inhale, gently lift your hips about 2/3 of the way up, and exhale, gently release back down to the earth. Reground through your feet and arms. Inhale, lift about 2/3 of the way up once again, and exhale, gently lower back down. On inhale, lift those hips right back up to 2/3 of the way, and exhale, feel your sternum come towards your chin and feel your hips lift another inch or two as a result. Take a breath here in your Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. Continue pushing into the ground actively through your feet and arms as you hold here. Inhaling and exhaling. You can stay here, or if you'd like a different experience, shift your weight onto your left shoulder to shift your right arm underneath of you, and then shift your weight onto your right shoulder to scoot your left arm underneath of you. If you've done this, clasp your hands underneath of you, and then press your arms into the ground and lift your hips just a little bit higher if they're welcoming it. Take a breath here and hold. Inhale and exhale. Notice what is tensed in your body that does not need to be, and send a breath to that location and invite it to release. If your hands are clasped below you, release the clasp and place your arms by your sides, palms facing down. Inhale, lift your hips higher, and exhale, vertebra by vertebra, gently lower your hips down towards the ground until they finally meet. Watch how sensation in your body immediately changes once you have met the ground. Take a breath just for you here. Now extend your left leg long down the length of your mat And scooch the sole of your right foot inward so that your heel is a little bit closer to your glute. Walk your arms out to a T position with palms facing down. On inhale, push into the ground through your right foot to lift your hips off of the mat slightly and scooch them all the way to the right edge of your mat. On inhale, push into the ground through your right foot to lift your right hip off of the ground and open towards the left. On exhale, gently lower that right hip back down to the ground. Inhale, push into the ground through your right foot, right hip lifts and opens towards the left. Exhale, lower right back down. Inhale, last one. Push your foot into the ground, lift your hips open towards the left. Exhale, lower. Now inhale, step the sole of your right foot to the top of your left thigh. And exhale, feel as you let your right knee travel down towards your left side space. Stop just before your right shoulder peels off of the mat. Turn your head to gaze over your right fingertips and melt into this pose, your supine spinal twist or Supta Matsyendrasana. If your right knee is not touching the ground, it does not need to. Now is not the time to force your body to take a pose that it's not welcoming. Instead, simply let it be and exist where it feels comfortable. And let your body relax deeper and deeper into this pose by sending breath to the places that you feel resistance. Turn your head to gaze upward, and on inhale, lift your right knee to point back towards the sky, and exhale, plant that foot back down to the mat. Inhale, push into the ground to lift your hips up and off of the ground and bring them back through center, and then extend your right leg long and bend your left. The back of your heel just about an inch or so away from the back of your glute. Now lift your hips and send them all the way to the left edge of your mat. On inhale, push into the ground through your left foot to lift your left hip off of the ground and open to the right. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Inhale, push the left sole of your foot into the ground, lift your left hip off of the mat, feel them open towards the right. Exhale, gently lower down. One more. Inhale, push into the ground, feel your hips open towards the right side. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Now inhale, step the sole of your left foot onto the top of your right thigh, just above your knee. And exhale, feel your left knee be drawn down towards the right side space. Gaze over your left fingertips and melt into your Supta Matsyendrasana for a second time. Breathe here through your nose. If you immediately notice that this side feels very different from the last, instead of labeling or judging, simply let your mind be drawn to the places in your body where it physically feels different than it did on the last side. Breathe into those places and hold here. turn your head to gaze towards the sky once again. And then on inhale, lift your left knee to point back towards the ceiling. And exhale, step that foot back down to the mat. Push into the ground through your left foot to lift your hips back through center, and then extend your left leg long to meet your right. Lower your arms down by your sides, palms facing up. On your next inhale, squeeze every single muscle in your body and hold your breath at the top just for a couple seconds. Hold, hold, hold. And then when you're ready, exhale and release every muscle, melting your body down into the ground that fully supports your weight. Let your feet turn out and fall. Let your hands completely relax. They need to hold no tension here. If and when your mind begins to wander to other places during your shavasana, simply invite it back to the feeling of breath and to the feeling of energy and sensation moving and changing in your body. You are safe and you are held here. The next time that you hear my voice, I'll be guiding you out of your shavasana and into your closing moments of practice. Begin to deepen your breath now, feeling your belly expand a little bit further with each inhale. And then invite even just the tiniest wiggle into your fingers and your toes. You can begin to take these movements larger and circle out your wrists or your ankles if that feels good. Beginning to come back into your body, your human vessel, for your soul to travel through this life. Bend one knee and then the other so both feet plant to the mat. And then roll yourself onto your favorite side, using your lower arm as a pillow to help you find rest here in this fetal position for a few moments. When you're ready, push into the ground through your hand to slowly lift yourself up and find a comfortable seated position on your mat once again. Take a moment to get there now. Let your hands relax onto your knees, palms facing up, receiving all of the goodness and lightness and energy that is around you, that you have created and embodied. Feel what sensations are now present in your body that might not have been there or been as apparent at the beginning of class when you stepped out of the world and onto your mat today. Notice how you have created this new sense of stillness and peace within you. You have shown up to do something so good for you in mind and body and spirit. And you are invited to take this feeling with you off of the mat as you venture back out into the world today. Bring both of your palms to meet at heart center for Anjali Mudra. And take one last deep inhale of light and love and gratitude. And exhale, let it go and bow your head towards your hands. the light and the love within me, sees, loves, and respects the light and the love that's within you. You are now completed with your 60-minute Hatha Yoga class for today. I hope that today's practice has left you with some peace, self-love, or self-inquiry that can drive you through the rest of your day. I am so proud of you for doing something good for you and showing up for yourself in such a profound way today. And I hope that no matter where the day takes you, tomorrow you decide to make the decision to do something good for you yet again. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Namaste and Jai Bhagwan.